Before we dive into anything, pause for 1 second, hit like, subscribe to the channel, and comment right now if you believe LSU just changed the national conversation with this win. Because what happened against Texas wasn't just basketball, it was identity. The final score only tells part of the story. Because this game was never really about who scored the most points. It was about who controlled the game when things got uncomfortable. And that's where Kim Mulkey's post-game breakdown quietly exposed a truth most fans completely missed. Kate Koval. From the opening tip, Texas made it clear they weren't interested in playing LSU's game. They wanted to slow the pace, punish mistakes, and test LSU's discipline inside. This wasn't random, this was calculated. Texas believed LSU could be rattled if the game turned physical and methodical. Early on, LSU didn't look flashy. They looked patient. And patience is Kate Koval's first few minutes told you everything you needed to know. No forced shots. No unnecessary fouls. No chasing blocks. She was reading, reacting, absorbing. Texas guards came downhill expecting contact and whistles, and didn't get them. Bigs went up expecting easy finishes, and felt resistance. That moment mattered, because hesitation is contagious. Once Texas hesitated, LSU gained control without scoring a single extra point. That's something fans rarely appreciate. Defense doesn't always show up as stops. Sometimes it shows up as doubt. Kim Mulkey saw it immediately. Mulkey coaches with emotion, but she thinks like a chess player. When she saw Texas losing rhythm, she doubled down on what was working. She didn't chase offense. She didn't shorten the leash. She trusted structure. That trust lived in Kate Koval. Midway through the first quarter, Texas tried to adjust. They spread the floor. They pulled Koval away from the rim. They tried to isolate her in space and test her footwork. Here's the second truth fans missed. Kate Koval didn't panic. She didn't overreact. She didn't get exposed. She angled drives instead of stopping them outright. She trusted help defense. She stayed vertical. That allowed LSU's guards to press harder, jump passing lanes, and contest without fear. Suddenly Texas possessions felt rushed. Suddenly shots came earlier than planned. Suddenly plays died before they developed. That's when LSU's confidence grew. Not because shots were falling, but because Texas stopped believing their plan would work. Kim Mulkey lives for moments like this. Because this is where toughness shows. By the second quarter, the game became emotional. Missed calls. Physical play. Bodies on the floor. This is usually where teams unravel. LSU didn't. Why? Because their foundation didn't crack. Kate Koval became the quiet anchor. Defensive rebounds that ended possessions. Screens that freed shooters without demanding touches. Smart passes that reset the offense instead of forcing shots. Mulkey doesn't need stars every night. She needs control players, and Koval played like one. Texas made their biggest push late in the second quarter. The crowd felt momentum shift. This is where games swing. This is where confidence can disappear in seconds. Instead, LSU answered with composure. No rushed threes. No hero ball. No panic. They trusted the process. That's when Mulkey's post-game words took on deeper meaning. When she talked about doing the work nobody notices, she wasn't speaking in generalities. She was pointing directly at performances like Koval's. This wasn't about scoring. This was about ownership. Ownership of space. Ownership of responsibility. Ownership of pressure moments. By halftime, Texas looked frustrated. LSU looked settled. And that difference didn't come from talent, it came from clarity. Now let's talk about the second half. Texas tried one last adjustment. More ball movement. More off-ball action. They were searching for cracks. They didn't find any, because LSU's interior never collapsed. Kate Koval didn't suddenly become a scorer, and that's the point. She stayed within herself. She kept the game honest. She forced Texas to beat LSU from uncomfortable spots on the floor. And they couldn't. As the game wore on, LSU's offense opened up naturally. Not forced. Not rushed. Just confident basketball built on stops, rebounds, and patience. That's championship rhythm. Here's the part fans really missed. This game wasn't just a win. It was a promotion. Kate Koval earned something that night, trust. And Kim Mulkey doesn't give that lightly. Trust means more minutes. Trust means tougher assignments. Trust means being on the floor when the game is on the line. LSU learned something about themselves in this game. They learned they don't need chaos to win. They can win with discipline. They can win with structure. They can win when someone does the invisible work. That makes them dangerous. Because stars come and go. Buckets come and go. But composure travels. And Kate Koval gave LSU composure. So while fans debate rankings and box scores, Kim Mulkey is already thinking bigger. She sees a team growing into itself. She sees players embracing roles. She sees a foundation being built for games that truly matter. That's why this win mattered. That's why Texas couldn't recover. And that's why the rest of the country should be paying attention. If you're still watching, like, subscribe, and comment. Did this game change your view of LSU, and did Kate Koval just secure her place in Kim Mulkey's inner? Because LSU didn't just beat Texas. They evolved. And that's when teams become unstoppable.